Most people don't realize you can step into someone else's 7-year timber investment already growing, already compounding for $180,000. That's what this 54 acres in rural Mississippi actually is. Not raw land you're hoping turns into something someday, land that's already in motion. And it comes with a house and a barn. Here's what $3,300 an acre looks like when the math is already working in your favor. 54 acres, $180,000. Do the math and you land at $3,300 an acre for land that already comes with a house, a barn, and a yard someone spent years tending. In most markets, $3,300 gets you a quarter acre and a driveway. Here, it gets you 54. Now here's the number most listings never show you. Bare timberland in this part of Mississippi, no house, no barn, nothing on it, trades close to that same per acre number. Which means if you price the timber alone at open market rates, the farmhouse and the 2-story barn are practically coming along for free. That's not spin. That's just what comparable land sells for here. Look at that line. One side of this property was clear-cut roughly 7 years ago and replanted in pine. The listing documents that replanting. It's part of the property record, not an estimate. You can see the rows from above, even, deliberate, already 10 to 15 feet tall. Now here's why that matters. Pine timber in the South moves through 3 value stages. The first thinning, years 10 through 14, pulls pulpwood. Modest money, but it pays. The second thinning, around 20, pulls chip and saw timber, more valuable. And the final harvest, saw timber, the top-grade material, comes at around 30. Each stage pays more than the last. Whoever owned this land before you planted it, waited 7 years, absorbed that first decade of cost with nothing coming back yet. You're stepping in at year 7, past the hardest part of the waiting. And everything from here gets more valuable on its own schedule, whether you're watching or not. You either buy land that already has this kind of head start, or you don't. This one does. If you've been thinking about timberland as a part of a retirement plan, or if this is the first time that idea is registering, drop it in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious how many of you have looked at managed timber as a retirement asset. It comes up more than you'd think on properties like this. 54 acres is hard to picture until you're standing in it. It's enough to walk for an hour and never cross the same ground twice. Enough for a garden as large as you'll ever want. Enough for grandkids to run wide open with no fence in sight. A slight smile in the voice. Enough for a family reunion with room left over for everyone to spread out. You'll see the tree that anchors that reunion in a minute. This is land you live in, not land you look at from a window. And 54 acres at this price is the part that's genuinely hard to find right now. Built in 1950, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, just under 1,200 square feet, comfortable without being a project to maintain. Warm and appreciative, the right size for 2 people who plan to spend most of their time outside, which on 54 acres you will. But before we go inside, look at the yard. That oak tree near the house. Look at the trunk. That tree has been growing here for generations. The kind of tree that would anchor a family photograph without anyone asking. You don't plant a tree like that. You inherit it. Nearby, a multi-trunk crepe myrtle, that smooth, almost silver bark catching the afternoon light. These didn't come from a garden center last spring. They've been growing here for decades. That kind of maturity doesn't come with most properties at any price. Now inside, the kitchen has been updated. Navy cabinets, stainless range, a movable island for extra counter space. This is a genuine upgrade over what a 1950 farmhouse kitchen usually looks like. Someone invested in this place before selling. That matters. Calm, descriptive. The living room has a beadboard ceiling. It feels like a room people have actually used, not staged. Deck off the back, covered porch out front. Both look like they get real use. Morning coffee, evenings outside, that kind of thing. Practical, even tone, 3 bedrooms gives you real flexibility. A guest room, a hobby space, room for family. For a couple, that's plenty. For a family visiting on weekends, there's a trade-off we'll get to. Behind the house, the original 2-story barn. Older, weathered, built at a time when barns were sized to actually hold something. A structure like this costs real money to build new. Nobody builds them this way anymore. The labor and materials don't pencil out. Quieter, observational. Notice the shade. That's decades of tree cover, not landscaping. Firm closing line. What you're looking at is proof this land has been lived on and worked, not just held and moaned. Most videos like this skip the numbers entirely. Here's exactly what this property costs to own each month. 20% down, that's $36,000 on a $180,000 price. Finance the remaining $144,000 on a standard 30-year fixed loan. At today's prevailing rate of 6.99%, your principal and interest payment comes out to $957 a month. Add insurance. Rural property insurance in this part of Mississippi typically runs $700 to $750 a year for a home and land profile like this. Call it $60 a month. Property tax. Choctaw County's effective rate runs around 0.63%. Applied against the full asking price of $180,000, the conservative way to run this, that's approximately $1,134 a year, $95 a month. One important note, in this part of Mississippi, assessed values frequently come in below market price, so the actual tax bill you'd pay could be meaningfully lower than this number. I'm running it against the full asking price to give you the worst case, not the best. Before you get serious, call the Choctaw County Assessor's Office. 10-minute conversation worth every minute. $957 plus $60 plus $95, $1,112 a month. For 54 acres, a 2-story barn, and a house with an updated kitchen. In a lot of places, that number gets you an apartment. Choctaw County is genuinely rural. No sidewalks, no through traffic, neighbors measured in acres rather than feet. Ackerman, the county seat, is home to the Ranger District office for the Tombigbee National Forest. That forest covers Choctaw, Winston, and Octobija counties. Inside it sits Choctaw Lake, 100 acres of fishing and boating water that most people outside Mississippi have never heard of. Louisville and Kosciuszko are close enough for groceries or a doctor's visit without turning it into a day trip. Most of the county shares those amenities. This isn't unique to this listing, but layered on top of what's already a strong land deal, it adds up. Here's the trade-off, and I'll say it plainly. 1 bathroom for 3 bedrooms is tight. The moment family comes to visit for a weekend, you'll feel it. If you're a couple who doesn't host large groups regularly, it's workable, but it's a real limitation. Weigh it honestly before you commit. The listing also doesn't include a verified tax history. The figure you'll find online is an estimate, not a confirmed county record. A call to the Choctaw County Assessor's Office gets you the real number. Standard homework on a purchase this size. Make the call before you make an offer. So who is this actually for? Someone who wants genuine privacy, 54 acres of it, at a price that's hard to find right now. Someone who sees the value in a timber investment that's already running, a yard with trees that took 40 years to get where they are, a barn that's watched this land change for generations. The house does exactly what a house needs to do. The land is the story, and the story is already well underway. You're not buying potential here, you're buying momentum. 7 years of timber growth, decades of yard maturity, a structure built to last.
Most properties at this price make you wait for all of that to start. This one hands it to you on day one. If you've thought about rural land as part of your retirement picture, or if this is the first time a property like this has made that feel real, subscribe. We're out here finding properties where the math actually works, and the land already has a head start. This won't be the last one. And one question before you go. What's the one thing that would make a property like this right for you? Leave it below. I'll be waiting.